Hello, I'm Laura from Relax Reno and really glad to be back for SpiritSaid magazine for this reading for December. Um, if you have joined before, welcome back and thank you for joining me. And if you're new, hello. I really hope that you enjoy this video. We're just tapping into the energy for December, pulling some oracle cards for guidance, and just see what comes up really. So I have already started recording this video, and because so many cards came out, I've stopped. Pulled them ready. We'll pull a couple of extras as we go, but rather than you listen to the sound of shuffling for too long, I've pulled these in advance. So let's just go straight in. We're straight into December. I don't know about you, but tapping into kind of the feeling of how I feel about December, I feel a mixture of anticipation and excitement and looking forward to celebrating with family because we have not been able to do so. But I am acutely aware that actually the festive period, of Yule, Thanksgiving, Christmas, can be really difficult for a lot of people. So that might not be a shared feeling for December, and I am aware that this reading is for a lot of people. So these cards are going to be covering a lot of different situations for people. So I'm going to try and speed through them as quickly as possible because there is a lot to get through. But first of all, the first card out from the first deck is Aspen Spirit, and we have courage here. This beautiful castle with these wonderful leaves here from the trees, butterflies, and this wonderful sun lighting the area. The castle windows are all lit. It looks warm inside and inviting. And our castle is our home. That we have. We're in winter. That hopefully everybody's in a situation where they can warm their homes, that their cupboards will have enough food. This is a prayer that I have for everybody, that they have enough warmth, that they have enough food, and they have enough love for the month of December. I think that's just, how we want to go with this. But, I'm looking at this, I really feel that here there is an energy of needing to have courage to be able to speak out, in planning for this festive period. I mean, people might already be there and they know exactly what's happening, but not everybody is. But I feel like these butterflies here in blue are having the light and lightness and freedom rather, to speak freely and set boundaries of what they is acceptable, what they want to do, but have courage about setting expectation. And it might be about how many days you're going to be, which side of the family you're going to visit, and I'm trying to think logistics of the celebratory period. And it might also be here about courage of just getting through that. For a lot of people, the festive period can create such a lot of anxiety about having to be with probably more people than some people like to be with, being able to say the right thing and appear to be the right person to, it might be a new family dynamic that you're entering into. It might be you're meeting people for the first time. It can be a real nervous time for people. But yeah, I'm just seeing this blue and really feeling that communication is really key in the lead up to the festive period, that the home is really important. Again, it might be setting boundaries of what's acceptable. It's a difficult time for those that are in control of organizing things and being host or hostess. It might be having the courage to say, this is what I expect everybody to help with, for instance. But yeah, I really feel that's like an energy of kind of like in anticipation, so just seeing the light ahead. So it's like looking forward, we're going to be free with our communication, and we're going to feel really stable about that. We're going to feel really strong as a castle about that. So the next card we have is Enchanted Fern Grotto, and we've got Refuge. And again, I think, you know, this is going to be a mixed card. So for some, it is that, you know, bringing people together and drawing friends close together is a refuge for them, that they have a real sense of solace with other people, and for them that's really important. But also for others it can be really difficult, that actually they prefer to be on their own, but equally it could be that they're so used to being on their own, they find that, you know, they feel on the outskirts of things. I'm just seeing this little orb in this woman's hand. You know, we can be in our bubble sometimes, and you know, being in other people's spaces can feel really difficult. But I think we're being encouraged to really see this time as a refuge, that we're taking refuge from the winter, from, you know, cold weather, that, you know, as I said, that our cupboards are full, and that we can take refuge, hunker down for the winter, for that period, and look forward. You know, she's looking up and forward. We're taking refuge as we anticipate the things that are coming through. The next card we have is Bluebird Spirit. And to me, this card screams spring. I'm seeing all this pink cherry blossom, or blossom in general here, but the bluebird to me really has that kind of spring energy. And again, it's kind of that anticipation, but bringing people together and celebrating is such a big source of happiness. And to really embrace that, enjoy the moment, live in the moment. You know, so often things can pass us by without even realizing, without knowing that we're not embracing the happiness that we could be. And this is just a gentle reminder, I think, in anticipation for these times where we're going to be brought together, that it either could be a sense of it could be a difficult thing for somebody, that there is a real anxiety about bringing people together, but actually for others it's a real sense of happiness to draw those people together, and to see things through into you know, what will be the new year. It's really exciting. You know, so they're really beautiful cards. So courage, refuge, and happiness. If you put those little keywords together, that's beautiful. So for Christmas, we're to have courage, take refuge, and enjoy the happiness that December is going to hold. And moving on from that, the next deck, the first card that came out was Drum. And we've got Dream and Journey. But for me, this card really signifies music and drumming and getting a community together. Bringing music brings people together, and it invokes happiness in people. And I think that, and again, it's a circle. You're bringing people together, that unity that we can feel when that happens is really important. And these are, you know, guidance cards. So it might be those things invoke a bit of fear and anxiety about them, but actually they can bring such healing, and take you on a journey. But yeah, the Drum card I just think is lovely, and it really invokes that kind of happiness with it. The next card we have is Guardian Angel. You are not alone. And this I feel is really poignant for Christmas in particular, but in the depths of winter. If you are a single person and you are living alone, it can feel so isolating. And we're being reminded here, not only of you being the lone person, but if you know of people that are alone, to remind them that they aren't, to reach out and get in touch, or that soft point of contact is really important for those that are alone. And I'm really drawn to like the triangle here. We're in 2021, communication online is possible. So even if for whatever reason you're not able to get together with your friends and loved ones, those connections can still happen. Not only that, but your guardian angel is looking over you and protecting you at this time. But this is a really important one, I feel, for pointing out and reminding us that there are people that are feeling alone that might need us, but also that if you are that person that's feeling alone, that actually there are networks of people around, and lots of ways of reaching out. The next card that we have is Broken Arrow. And this, I feel, could be for those that are not looking forward to meeting up, that they could be an opportunity for crosswords. Getting people together sometimes can cause situations, or that there have already been crosswords, and actually this card is about bridging those gaps. And it says here, embrace the energy of peace. So in preparation for this festive period, if for you feel that that is something that you want to do, you want to reach out and bridge that gap and to embrace that feeling of peace, this card is encouraging us. But equally, it could possibly be that there is a break here, and actually that is necessary for your own peace. Sometimes setting a boundary and saying, I don't want to be in your energy anymore, I am removing myself from this situation, can also embrace that energy of peace, removing yourself. And these times of celebration, can be bittersweet. Bringing people together can also highlight those that aren't with us for whatever reasons. So these are quite poignant, these are poignant cards. We've got courage, refuge, and happiness. We've got the drum, bringing people together. Those that aren't together, those that aren't with us, or that are alone at this time. These boundaries, whether they are broken and need mending, or whether they need to remain in that energy, it's very balanced. Like it's this or it's this. It's finding balance, and I feel like that's quite significant in the end of the year that we were able to do that. And the next 5 cards that we have, again, kind of underline, in particular, this Broken Arrow card. So we have willpower. For those that are finding the thought of the festive period really difficult, you might need to have the willpower to see you through, to keep your eye, on what's important. The world is in her hand here, and she is focused on that. And it might just be that to tread the path of, certain situations. It might be gatherings, it might be work situations, it might be a work stew, or just getting through to the end of the year. Things that we're navigating, that we're going to need to find that willpower to see us through, keeping our eyes forward. That's going to be really important. So the next card, again, this is another yin yang kind of thing. So we have closure. And first of all, I see the closed door. Now, is this that you need to close a door and set your boundary and say, actually, you know what, I'm not going to entertain that this year. I'm not going to allow this situation to unfold, that we need to put closure on this. And for me, for my own peace, you know, that kind of the energy of peace comes with closing something down. It might be an end of a relationship, end of a friendship, you know, end of all sorts of things. It could well be, but equally it could be that there has been crosswords, that doors have been slammed, and that we are walking away, and actually in anticipation of Christmas, because I'm just seeing the bright sunlight above the door, looking forward. Does that need to remain closed, or can we invoke that energy of peace and, you know, find a common ground, find a way, find a path, so that during this festive period that, you know, you're able to navigate certain situations. The next card, again, forgiveness. Are you going to be able to allow water under the bridge? You let that pass, or, you know, is this a situation where that is not possible? And forgiving yourself for you know, allowing yourself to have those boundaries, to let those things go by. They're in equal measure, they're okay. It's having the ability, or rather the clarity, to decipher which is which. So is it that for the embracing the energy of peace, is it to have courage? Is it to close off, or is it to forgive? We ask for December, in the lead up to this period, that we receive the clarity, the knowledge, the knowing of how to navigate these things and what is right for us, that we tap into our higher self and ask, what is the right thing? Our guardian angels are there for guidance. And we have, finally, the good luck card. You know, whichever way, we have luck on our side. We make our own luck. Play the lottery. I'm joking, but no, it is almost like a flip of a coin. You can decide one way or the other. Either way, we have luck. We have that to see us through. So these are really, there's a lot of cards here. They're really interesting. Let's just get a couple of, wow, okay. So we have the truth card. And, you know, I said about having the courage to say, you know, communication, saying our truth. The yes card. Well, if that's not happiness, I don't know what is. What else do we need to know? Is there anything else for December? Truth and yes. Oh, and blessings of love. Blessings of love. I'm really conscious it's a really long video, so I apologize, but there's a lot to get through. And, you know, there are a lot of celebrations during December, not just Christmas. It can be a really tricky time to navigate, and I'm trying to cover all eventualities for those that are watching. And I do feel that this is how this reading is. So there are both ends of the scale. One where, you know, someone needs to reach out and offer the olive branch and allow forgiveness to occur, and those that need to set boundaries and actually speak their truth and say, no, I'm not, you know, this is how I want things to be. But either way, that we will find happiness, we will find refuge. You know, these are really, and we're going to have clarity. We've got the good luck card. I think December is going to be a joyous time, and I really hope for everybody's sake that that is the case. We we owe it to ourselves. I think we've had such a tough time, but blessings of love, yes, and truth, all really positive. And it is in our power for Christmas and December as a whole, the entire month, to be how we want it to be. We have been given the courage card to decide what we want to do. Are we going to speak our truth and set boundaries where they need to be? We're being called out on offering the olive branch for where it needs to happen, where forgiveness needs to be met. And also just generally, just the willpower to get through the last part of the year. For those that are working hard, it's tiring, and we're coming to the end now of 2021. And I think for a lot of people, it has been a testing year. It's been difficult to navigate. And there might be people that have been feeling very alone. And this is their time where they can make those connections and reconnect with their loved ones. That music and drums and that sense of community around a drumming circle, that family unit offers you that sense of community and bringing people together. And I hope for whoever is watching that those wonderful things happen, and as I said before, that your home is warm enough for you, that your cupboards are full, and that you receive, I can't believe, the blessings of love for you this December. I truly wish that for you. And I think that's all I'm gonna do. I'm gonna leave it there, because that's a lot of cards, and this is a really long video. So if you're still with me, thank you for watching this to the end. And I wish you a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I'll be back in January for the next reading for January. But until then, I really do wish you the best December, that it brings you lots of joy and happiness. Take care.